Have you ever wondered what happens to a city when the music stops? When the factories close, the jobs disappear, and the people move away, leaving behind a ghost of what once was? Today, we're embarking on a journey into the heart of urban decay, exploring the forgotten American cities left to rust and crumble. This isn't just about abandoned buildings, it's about the stories, the memories, and the resilient spirit of the people who still call these places home. Let's start our journey in Gary, Indiana. Once hailed as the Magic City and the City of the Century, Gary was forged in the fires of the U.S. Steel Corporation. In the early 20th century, it was a booming metropolis, a testament to American industrial might. Thousands flocked here for well-paying jobs, building a prosperous community with grand theaters, beautiful churches, and bustling downtown streets. Imagine the hum of the steel mills, the lifeblood of the city, echoing through the neighborhoods. It was the American dream, cast in steel. But as the decades wore on, the dream began to tarnish. The steel industry, once the city's unwavering foundation, started to crumble under the weight of foreign competition and technological changes. The mills downsized, then downsized again. The jobs that had built generations of families vanished almost overnight. The Great Exodus began. People left in droves, searching for work elsewhere. Between 1960 and today, Gary's population has been slashed by more than half. Walking through parts of Gary now is a surreal experience. You'll see magnificent structures, like the City Methodist Church or the Palace Theater, now hollowed-out shells of their former glory. Stained glass windows are shattered, ornate ceilings are open to the sky, and nature is slowly reclaiming what man built. These aren't just ruins. They are monuments to a lost era, each crumbling brick a story of a wedding, a concert, a life lived. The silence in these grand spaces is deafening, a stark contrast to the vibrant life they once held. It's a hauntingly beautiful, yet deeply sorrowful landscape. Now, let's travel east to Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City. Detroit's story is one of spectacular heights and devastating lows. As the birthplace of the modern automobile industry, Detroit didn't just put America on wheels, it supercharged the nation's economy and defined 20th century culture. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler created a massive, thriving middle class. The city was a global powerhouse of innovation and manufacturing, with a skyline that pierced the clouds and a soundtrack Motown that moved the world. But Detroit's reliance on a single industry became its Achilles heel. The oil crisis of the 1970s, coupled with increasing competition from foreign automakers and the decentralization of manufacturing plants to the suburbs and beyond, dealt a series of brutal blows. The once unstoppable engine of Detroit began to sputter. Like in Gary, mass layoffs led to a mass exodus. Entire neighborhoods emptied out, leaving behind what's come to be known as urban prairies, vast stretches of vacant land where homes once stood. The scale of abandonment in Detroit is staggering. At its peak, tens of thousands of buildings stood vacant, from single-family homes to towering skyscrapers like the Michigan Central Station. This iconic train depot, once a grand gateway to the city, stood empty for 3 decades, a powerful and poignant symbol of Detroit's decline. It became a destination for urban explorers and photographers, its decaying grandeur capturing the world's imagination. Yet, amidst the decay, a powerful story of resilience was taking root. This brings us to a crucial point. These stories aren't just about endings, they are also about new beginnings. In both Gary and Detroit, and in many other Rust Belt cities, something remarkable is happening. The decay has created a blank canvas. In Detroit, community groups have turned vacant lots into urban farms and gardens, bringing fresh food and green spaces to neighborhoods. Artists and entrepreneurs, drawn by the affordable space and the city's authentic grit, have moved in, transforming abandoned warehouses into studios, galleries, and innovative businesses. Even the Michigan Central Station, that long-standing symbol of decay, is being brought back to life. Ford Motor Company purchased the building and is investing hundreds of millions to restore it into a futuristic campus for mobility and innovation. It's a full-circle moment. The very industry that built, and in some ways broke, the city is now investing in its rebirth. It's a testament to the idea that even from the deepest decay, new life can grow. Our next stop is Cairo, Illinois. Situated at the strategic confluence of the Ohio and Mississippi rivers, Cairo was once a vital hub of commerce and transportation. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, its position made it a bustling port city. Steamboats lined its levees, and its fortunes were tied to the flow of the mighty rivers. It was a city with immense potential, envisioned by its founders as a commercial center that could rival Chicago or St. Louis. However, Cairo's story is deeply intertwined with complex social and economic factors. The decline of river trade in favor of railroads and highways began to chip away at its economic base. But more profoundly, the city was scarred by decades of intense racial strife and economic inequality, which stunted its growth and drove residents away. Unlike the industrial decline of Gary or Detroit, Cairo's decay feels different. It's a slower, more deeply ingrained erosion. Today, downtown Cairo is like a film set from a bygone era, but the buildings are not props. They are real historic structures, boarded up and silent. The population has dwindled to fewer than 2,000 people. Walking its empty streets, you feel a profound sense of isolation and forgotten history. But even here, there are glimmers of hope. Preservationists fight to save the city's unique architectural heritage, and the remaining residents show incredible fortitude, holding on to the deep history and community bonds that persist. They are the keepers of Cairo's story, ensuring it isn't completely washed away by the currents of time. So what can we learn from these forgotten cities? First, they are a powerful reminder that nothing is permanent. The economic engines that build empires can also falter, and cities must be able to adapt and diversify to survive. They also expose deep-seated issues in American society, from economic inequality to racial tensions, showing how these forces can shape the physical landscape of our communities for generations. But most importantly, these cities teach us about the unbreakable human spirit. In the midst of crumbling facades and empty streets, there is life. There are people fighting to preserve history, artists creating beauty from rubble, and community leaders planting seeds for a new future. They are not giving up. They are reimagining what their cities can be, not as a return to a lost past, but as something new, something different, something resilient. These aren't just forgotten cities. They are living laboratories of change, struggle, and rebirth. Their stories challenge us to think about the future of all our cities. How do we build communities that are equitable and sustainable? How do we honor our past while embracing the future? The answers might just be found in the quiet, empty streets of places like Gary, Detroit, and Cairo. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. The stories of these cities are complex and ongoing, and we've only scratched the surface. What are your thoughts on urban decay and renewal? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this exploration meaningful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. We'll see you in the next one.